Years ago, Jerry found a book. It was called Think and Grow Rich. And as he read it, he felt on fire about it because it taught him things that he did not consciously know that he knew. And as he read the book, it left many questions for him. Sometime after Jerry and Esther began their work with us, Jerry was making a presentation, a lecture in Phoenix, and a crowd about this size was listening to him telling a story from the book. And as Esther was sitting in the audience, new to Abraham, not new to Think and Grow Rich, not new to Jerry, new to her beginning understanding of vibration, meditating every day, having trained her vibration upward through meditation, so much so that she was now in clear communication with Abraham. As Jerry told this story that Esther had heard him tell many, many times, she felt herself infused with the energy of something unknown to her. And she found herself having to cling to her seat in order to be seated. And then she realized that she was receiving some sort of energy from someone similar to what Abraham is, but different, pointedly different. And then Esther realized that Napoleon Hill was blowing and flowing through her. Tears running down her face of his appreciation for Jerry's presentation of something from his groundbreaking, record-breaking, powerful book. So when Jerry finished his presentation, Esther rushed to the stage and said, come with me now. Come with me now. Come with me now. And she dragged him to the car in the parking lot, where Jerry sat and visited for an hour or more with Napoleon Hill. Jerry said, I've loved your book. It was transforming for me. He said, I know. Jerry said, if you were to do something different now, what would you do? He said, I would explain where it came from. I would talk more about infinite intelligence. I would talk about vibration. I would explain the vibrational dynamics of creation. Jerry said, why didn't you? He said, I did, but they wouldn't publish it. So Jerry and Esther proceeded down their path of visiting with Abraham as we put back into the context everything that had been edited out, talking about vibration. Then years later, Jerry and Esther became involved in a project. It was to be a television presentation. It was The Secret. Of course, you've heard of it. And as The Secret evolved, which was to be its original contract with Jerry and Esther, it was to be a presentation of the work of Abraham. And as Jerry and Esther made their presentation, and we recorded many hours for the producer, everything that was remotely directed toward the idea of vibration was edited out. Again. Because this physical world that you live in apparently doesn't want to know about your vibrational root. But in your unwillingness to explore the vibrational beingness that is you, you miss everything that matters. If you aren't willing to address yourself as an extension of the vibration of that which is source, then you have no way of knowing what your relationship is with that source that is within you. In other words, if you don't have some central vibrational frequency that you are tuning yourself to, you have no guidance system. And it is so interesting that every person on the planet, every animal on the planet, everyone who exists in this physical form, every one of you have emotions that are your indicator of the vibrational frequency between what you have evolved to, what's in your vortex, who the source within you is, what the current vibrational state of every single thing that you've expanded to is, and where you stand in this minute with the thought that's active in your mind right now. So when you're focused upon something that is unpleasant to you and you feel that negative emotion within you, that's your indicator that while you certainly have the free will to explore it, and while it is certainly all right with everyone who exists for you to activate a vibration within you, no matter what it is, that negative emotion that you feel is your indicator that you are off the signal of that which you have evolved to. You are off the beam of who you really are. So then, years after that, Jerry is in Salt Lake City. Esther is there visiting family. And Jerry is in the bookstore and he sees the strangest looking, old-fashioned, funny cover on a book. Think and Grow Rich, it says. Original manuscript. Jerry's heart is beating fast as he snatches it from the shelf. He buys it, and then he buys the version that he had been reading through the years, took it back to his hotel room, and while Esther is visiting with family day after day, Jerry is in the hotel room going through the book line by line by line, marking what's in each book. And when he was finished, he discovered all of those missing pieces that had been edited out of the original manuscript put back in. You know what they are? You are vibrational beings. You are vibrational beings. You live in a vibrational universe. Everything around you is vibrational in nature. And the only way that you can ever sort it out is by being aware of what the vibration is that's going on. In other words, we have through the years taken the subject of vibration light years beyond where it was then. The point that we're making with you here and now is that unless you accept the vibrational nature of your being, and unless you pledge to yourself that you will be aware of the emotions that you are feeling, and unless you are aware as you think thought by thought, as you build these pathways one by one, you can never really know how it is, how powerful it is that you are the creator of your own experience.